Steph.
And I'm Joel.
And welcome to Framed
Canvas Cuffs.
and Other Stuffs.
Season 2, baby.
Woo!
We're back. Enjoy the episode. Oh, I can see so much clearer with my glasses.
Actually, see who I'm talking to. Steph, you're here?
I like not wearing my glasses. I feel like Jan when she's just like, they made me look positively goofy.
I gotta put
She stares at her like
George Glass.
so funny.
The way she says it to George Glass.
You're right. This is all Jan's fault.
I need to rewatch all of those
It's
again.
so funny. I love it when Marsha and Greg, they have to like share the upstairs room and Marsha's like combing her hair and she sees Greg like silhouette taking off his clothes.
Yes.
And he's like, Marsha? She's like, yes. Greg.
It's such a good like parody film that no one thinks about.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
How are you this week?
Is that Austin Powers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of like watching clips on things and parodies, but have you seen, I've just rewatched when Nathan Lane is doing the lip syncing for
Beyonce for Foxy Cleopatra.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I was like, oh.
And Nathan Lane like shuts his like little personal mirror on his finger and Beyonce's like, ow. It's so well done.
It's so good. Probably has not aged well, that film, but boy, that part really made me cackle.
He got the Midas touch, but he touched it too much. Hey, go member. So good.
Alrighty, Joel, what are you recommending this week?
So, as you know, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on here before.
Yep.
My partner, boyfriend of the pod, drag queen of the pod, Tilly Capulet, has really gotten into collecting vintage dolls and toys and stuff.
Yep.
Which is actually really, like, at the start I was just like, oh yeah, like that's just a fun little hobby and whatever, but he's managed to collect some like really amazing pieces.
Yeah.
And also now I'm getting sucked into it because we're watching all the YouTube videos of people, well, they don't unbox, well, some unbox, but these are people who just show off their collections.
Yeah.
And there's like, the most like obscure vintage kind of dolls and stuff like that. And it's really interesting, and I'm getting really into it as well. We've been going to like toy collector fairs and things like that. And just the community around like adult toy collectors is really cool. Like they're so nerdy, but they're just like the most lovely people ever.
Yeah.
And it's such a wholesome, just innocent little community that just like what they like. and they like talking about it.
And they're trying to find that one doll.
Yes. And everyone knows the ins and outs. Everyone knows like the one Barbie from 1970s whose like eye was slightly askew and now she's worth like $1 million. Like
everyone's talking about Midge.
Yes, Midge. Yeah. And there was a bunch of like Barbie friends and all that kind of stuff. So I was quite surprised at how into it I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like at the toy fair that we went to, we came across the Lady Gremlin from Gremlins 2.
Oh.
Like the figurine.
Yeah.
In the box, so we bought that.
Amazing.
Just all these little, it's not just like the Barbies you get at Target and things like that. These are collectibles.
Yeah.
And I really find it interesting. And also the community that, a lot of the community that collects them, like some of them can be these like kind of like bearded tattooed blokes who just like really appreciate.
You wouldn't expect them to be a doll collector.
And they collect like Star Wars memorabilia and Barbies and like all these random things.
Yeah.
And it really makes you go like, oh, I shouldn't have taken all my stuff out of the boxes when I was little and chewed on Action Man's legs.
You should have. You were a child. Live your child life.
It's actually like, honestly, the Barbie world and the figurine world is a little bit, from what I've seen, and I might not be correct, but it is very male dominated.
Yeah.
And I think maybe because guys were more into the collecting aspect of it, whereas girls might have been more into the playing aspect of it.
Yeah, true.
So the girls would take the Barbies out of the box, split their legs open, cut their hair, and chew on their legs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Whereas the collectors, the guys who would collect like, Action Man and Star Wars and all that, they would keep them in their box.
Weird.
As like a thing to look at and behold, because they're not going to go around being like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr."
Yeah, they're not doing the dollhouse.
That's what I've
make-believe.
noticed, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I've brought one of Lockie's latest little surprises that he was gonna slow down on the doll collecting because we are saving for Japan. But then this lady showed up in the drag room.
And you went.
And Lockie showed her to me yesterday, and I said, I need to bring her into the pod.
I've got to do some show and tell.
Yes. This is definitely
I love that she's in a scarf.
She's in a scarf. She's actually we need to treat her with the utmost care. So this is very good visual.
Yeah.
If you want to jump on the YouTube to see what we're talking about. So we've got a very special limited edition Jean-Marc Basquiat Barbie signature Barbie.
Oh my goodness.
So this is her here.
She's amazing.
There is no more than 20,000 of these worldwide, which does seem like a lot, but when you put it in the grand scope of things, she's pretty rare.
My
Do you
God.
want to have a look and
She's
explain?
so pretty. She's like, I want this outfit.
Yeah.
So obviously I don't know. I'm trying to describe. She's wearing a suit. It's got
the Basquiat
print on it. It's got the crown on her head. She's got amazing hair, somewhat like he would.
And it's got a full artist description on the back.
What year did this come out? Let me see. It does not say.
I'm not 100% sure. It might be on the bottom.
Licensed to the estate. I love this.
Yeah. Isn't the box super pretty?
Yeah. They don't do boxes like this anymore, do they?
No.
Or maybe for the collectors.
Collector items, they do.
They do. But I feel like, are they... Okay, this is a question for you and Tilly. The collector ones that are coming out now, are they just as like amazing as these ones, or is it kind of lost its luster a little bit?
Not really. Like, say for instance, the Wicked movie or the Barbie movie and stuff. The dolls, the kind of more custom, more expensive limited edition ones. The boxing is really quite neat. Yeah. They go quite extra on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought into it. Like, it's even got a Basquiat kind of print backdrop for her.
Yeah.
This is definitely one that you'd keep in the box.
1000%.
Because she's got her pose going.
Yeah. She's got there's the dinosaur motif on the side.
Yes. Does it say? 2019.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah.
But that is also, 6 years ago?
I'm assuming that this... Oh, here we go. In a stunning tribute to the artist, Barbie wears head-to-toe ensemble featuring many well-known masterpieces spanning throughout Basquiat's career. From the gleaming golden crown atop her head to the bespoke suit emblazoned with artwork, Jean-Michel Basquiat Barbie doll is a curated collaboration bridging two cultural icons.
That's amazing. She's so pretty. She's fierce.
Thanks, girl. Yeah, this isn't one you buy for your niece who's going to rip it out of the...
Nah. I want that outfit so badly.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yes. So, yeah, I saw he showed it to me last night and I said, you know what? I have to take this in and show Steph.
Well, you know what? I approve that purchase.
Oh, absolutely. He also just recently got all of the Spice Girls from one of their... So it's a tour collection that they did.
Yeah.
From one of their last tours. So they've got whatever they wore on one of their last tours. That's what the Barbie's wearing. It's got like cool boxing and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to
put her away. What's his like white whale? What's the one that he is like searching for that he's like,
there's a few ones which I think were from around maybe the 60s that are very kind of like There's Barbies that are kind of like lounging, that are in these kind of like head to toe like cat costumes and stuff like that. They're very like luxurious, almost kind of. Who was that actress who did Catwoman in the TV series? And she is the voice of Yzma in Emperor's New Groove. Oh my God. What is her name? I can't remember. Anyway, she played Catwoman in Batman. And she was quite like the sultry character, very 60s. So there's a bunch of those kinds of dolls that he's really wants to get his hands on.
You know what? We'll just ding it up.
Yeah, we'll ding it up. But also, but now I'm finding myself, like, we've got Jurassic World coming out. I'm finding on my social media all these like amazing collectible Jurassic Park things that you can get. Now I'm wanting to get things and display them in boxes and put them all up around the house.
I like this though. Yeah. It's like a fun hobby.
It really is. And Lockie's just really found his people with this. And he's really like, it brings him so much joy, and that brings me joy. And I just really love. Because like when he first started, I was just like, oh, okay, like watch him get over Barbies. Like next week it'll be something else, like the little boo-boos or something.
The boo-boos, your favorite, your little boo-boos.
But no, he's really curated quite the collection, and it's all displayed in his drag room. Like he's made wall space for all of them, and it's really impressive. I'm so into it, and I have a new appreciation for these toys, and also the boxes that they come in that no one really thinks too much about.
Yeah.
So much care is put into it.
There's so much behind it, not just a doll in a box.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
also there's a story behind it and like, you know, nostalgia.
We have, Lockie got one of the first edition, like Wicked, I think it's an Elphaba doll from when the movie came out. And there was a misprint on the back to a website, like the Wicked website.
Yeah.
So the website, the back Wicked website takes you to is actually a porn site, because they got one of the letters or one of the forward slashes or something like that wrong, and it takes you to I think it's a sex toy site.
Oh. You know
it's something like that.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of them went out. They were like sold at Target, Kmart, everything like that. Lockie got his hands on one. They obviously took them off the shelves and replaced them with these other ones. But now there's a bunch of these Wicked dolls going around with a naughty website on the back, and now they're the hot ticket. Like everyone wants them.
And he's got his little mitts on one.
Yeah.
I love.
It's amazing how like the ones with faults end up being because they're one of a kind almost.
Yeah, because it's almost like you had to be so on it.
Like, oh, my Barbie's cross-eyed, but it's like, you wait 20 years. She's going to be worth a bunch of money.
Millions. Yeah. It's like the edition of books and stuff, like, you know, like the misprint in, I think it's one of the original Harry Potters. Like if you have that one word in it, it's worth like literally $10,000.
Yeah.
Like it's like this little things that you think is like, at the time you're like, ugh, no. Yeah. Now you're like, it's worth so much money.
Try and hang on to stuff and keep it in good nick. Not in a hoarding way.
No.
In a, like, not everything. Don't hang on to everything. But special things.
I'm such a hoarder that I can't be getting into stuff like this because I would go too far.
Yes. There's so many things from my childhood that I'm like, we went to a toy fair, and I remember my auntie one Christmas got me the Nintendo 64, which was a limited edition Pokemon Snap Nintendo 64. So the top of it was yellow and it had Pokemon on either side, and the bottom of it was blue.
Amazing.
And it came with Pokemon Snap and blah, blah, blah. And that was my Nintendo 64. Stupidly, not long after I got that, the hot console for everyone to have was the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I loved my Nintendo, but I wanted to be like everyone else. So I sold it for PS1. And I've regretted it to this day because I'm not a PlayStation person. I'm definitely a Nintendo guy. They're a bit more easy for me.
Yep.
And
they just look cute too.
We went to the toy fair and they were selling the Pokemon Snap Nintendo 64 for like hundreds of dollars. But like $400 or $500.
No, you're a kid. You're supposed to live your life.
Yeah, and it would have been covered in like bite marks and dried Milo and stuff like that as well.
Getting so frustrated at the game.
Donkey Kong.
But yeah, you're a child. Like you just should be taking things out of the box.
Yeah.
These are collecting for adults.
Yes, exactly.
Fine, it's
exactly.
fine.
It's so
I
fun.
love that Caro and I have been saying like we need to have like hobbies. Like what is your hobby or you're collecting? We should be collecting things because everything's going so digital. It's like the tactile.
You've got hobbies, girl. Well,
I
wouldn't call your art a hobby.
No,
your art's like your life.
But like
this is a hobby.
This is a hobby. But yeah, so I don't need hobbies, but she was saying she needs things. It's like, what do you collect? Like if you're not a doll person, what's your collecting thing, you know?
Yeah. Human teeth.
Perfect. Let me get you one right now. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that in. That's so cool.
Yeah, I just thought I'd do a little show and tell.
I love.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm paranoid having it because he's just like, take care of it. Not a single nick or bump shall go on her.
Nope.
Yeah. So she'll be going straight back home. Up
home.
on her wall.
Yep. Up on her perch.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. Cute. How about you?
No, I don't think I do have one this way. We'll just keep to the Barbies. Collect them.
Oh, you have? Okay. Just quickly jumping in. In the last episode, I was wearing one of your new Sevens shirts,
Woo.
which is Nonna's Tomatoes.
Nonna's Tomatoes.
And I got it in a 5XL because I wanted it big and baggy so I could wear it to hip-hop dancing and look cool with the other kids. But also looks really good tucked into a nice pair of slacks because then you got a big oversized top part. They're really cool. I love them.
Thank you. There's still a few left if you want to get your mitts on some, but I like it too. And shout out to SJ's Nonna, who is the model in the photos for us.
Oh, it's so cute.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
She was so cute. She was so funny.
Yeah.
She kept like, when we were taking the photos, we're like, say like you're angry or like, and she'd say stuff, but she'd mime it. Like, and she'd be like, I'm like, you can talk. This is a photo. But she was so cute. So shout out to SJ's Nonna for modeling for this collection.
I like this collection.
What
it's
a
really
cutie.
nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Joel. Should we jump into today's episode?
Yeah, let's go.
Before we begin, Joel, I'm going to show you a couple of paintings.
Love that.
Love that. This is the first one. There's 3. Let me double check before we... Yes, there's 3. So this is the first one.
Oh, yeah?
Tell the people what you see.
It actually resembles a Basquiat.
It kind of does,
a bit more chaotic than his. I'm seeing a lot of splatters and a big mixture of things. I don't know how to explain it.
It's very abstract, and if you flip to the
abstract.
next one, it's kind of a similar vibe.
Yeah.
Very abstract, you know, quite...
Like, what's his, Jack the Dripper.
Do
you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah,
what a
how cool
great
was that?
tagline.
Lots of dripping paint with like things kind of sprawled over the top of it. Very like chaotic, but it all kind of works together. Like I said, very Basquiat-y.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I love these.
Now, what age do you think this painter might be, Joel?
It's gonna be a small child, isn't it? This is so one of those things where it like, you know how people see stuff that kids made and stuff that is in galleries and they're like, oh, a 6-year-old could have made this.
Yeah.
Well, they can't because there's a certain level of, even though they're like splatter chaos paintings, there's a certain level of artistry that you need to have to balance everything on that canvas out and know specifically what colors you're going to use in it, where you're going to put your scribbles and things like that. Like, this is fantastic. And I just scrolled to the next picture and it's a little cutie girl baby.
It's a little girl. So what if I told you, Joel, those paintings were created by a 4-year-old?
Look, I want to say that's pretty impressive. I have thoughts.
Would you believe?
I don't think I do. Well, I do, but she's not the one choosing the colors and stuff like that she's using. Because it all works together too well. Well,
Joel, this is the question we're going to ask throughout this episode. So,
she is adorable though.
She's a little cutie.
Oh.
this is the story of Marla Olmstead or Olmstead. So she's a 4-year-old child selling her artwork for staggering amounts of money. Like it ends up being hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I can see that.
So this story kind of came to light around 2002, 2004. So we're going to talk a little bit about Marla and her artworks, and then we'll maybe come to a conclusion by the end, or maybe we won't.
Ooh.
In this episode, we're going to dive into this mystery because by the end of it, Joel, I want you and our audience to have all of the information to make a decision. Was Marla a child prodigy, or was this a media circus, or was it a con? Dun, dun, dun. You've already got so many thoughts, I can tell.
Because it's too planned. Like it's chaos, but I'm just looking at like even the first image here, how you've got the eye and then I see above it and the black and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, that's almost too, it's too perfectly done for this kind of artwork that definitely some adult thought has gone into this.
But what if it was a prodigy? And it was someone who is just highly intelligent, just happens to be in a 4-year-old body.
Well, I know a 4-year-old didn't do that handwriting being IC because that is too, like,
that's too much of an
adult. Give her
adult.
pen license right now. But she could be a prodigy. I don't know. She'd be a teenager now, wouldn't she? Let's ask
she's
her.
a teenager.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop holding you up. I'm just actually quite captivated by these art pieces. Yeah.
You want to own one? Well, you can. They're available.
I kind of do.
You know what? You could probably do that yourself.
Yeah, but that's what people say. And then they try and make one and they're like,
hang on a second.
Just looks like brown sludge.
Like every single Rothko ever made. And everyone's like, I could do that. No, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
Sorry, you can't. Let's dive into where this whole thing started. It didn't start in a fancy auction house. It started in a suburban Binghamton in New York.
Bring them to nope. My mouth doesn't want to make those sounds.
No, my mouth apparently doesn't either. In the year 2000, the mother, Laura, is a dental hygienist. She's a dental hygienist, and Mark is a night shift manager at the local plant. They welcome their baby girl Marla to the world, and Mark has a hobby. He's a painter. But apparently it's just a hobby.
Case closed.
He's not making any money off this.
Until his little daughter comes along.
Little baby girl comes
along.
along.
I'm already jumping to conclusions here.
Yeah. Jeez, Joel, let her live.
Yeah, sorry.
She's just a prodigy. So then let's cut to early 2002. Just before Marla's second birthday, Mark was apparently trying to paint and Marla was being a little bit of a pest, being a toddler pest.
Classic.
So to keep her occupied, he gives her a canvas and some paints and sets her up to paint alongside him. What they watch happen is Marla seems to take the colors and she becomes obsessed with it. And she creates, this beautiful piece of work. They end up filling ketchup bottles up with like paint, and so she can squeeze it onto the canvas and apparently creates something that they go, oh, this is pretty good. But they don't go, oh, she's a genius. They're just like, this is a good painting.
Could be a fluke.
Yeah. And they're like, this is a nice painting for a 2-year-old. Like it's not genius level. It's just good painting.
When I was a toddler,
what were you doing?
I wrote, I must have gotten in trouble for something and I went into a little nook of the house and wrote, I hate mum on the wall.
Oh, your mum probably.
I got in so much trouble.
Her heart would have been absolutely broken.
No, I remember her being furious.
Yeah, because you'd written on the wall. And she just
But it was in like that little kid writing too. Just like, oh, I hate mum.
She's probably just done something really nice to like made you dinner or something. She's just like single tear. She's like, oh my God.
Oh, kids can be so cruel.
So
Love your mum. Sorry about
Shout
that.
Out. But so yeah, they end up then giving her, bigger canvases. And she starts to fill these canvases, which are almost 2 by 2 meters. So they're quite big. It's a lot to give a child.
That's a lot of space for a little child.
To fill. So
She'd have to be like walking all around it, walking all over it.
Well, apparently so. She was all around, just painting her life away. Mark described his involvement at the time as her assistant. Just, handing her different paints and tools to help her work, but not directing anything. He just kind of, said, off you go, here's some blue, off you go, but apparently did not direct where her hand should go, did not tell her what to do. Your judgment face is
No, I'm thinking now. Keep going.
So when she'd finish the paintings, she'd give them cute little names like dinosaur or dragonfly, which is kind of just like typical fun names for a toddler. Early work that you kind of saw is like a lot of, application of different colors and layers and, it all kind of builds up on top of each other.
Yeah.
So
it's that texture.
It's texture, which is, something that can take artists years to kind of work out what their mediums are. But anyway, so at this point, she's just painting for fun. Nothing, no money's exchanging hands. It's just good times.
Yeah.
Then apparently when we move into kind of the next phase, which kind of puts this story onto the tracks, it starts at a coffee shop. So they give a painting to a friend of the family who puts it up in his cafe. And a customer comes along and is like, oh, I really like that painting. How much is it? Like, I'd love to buy it. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll call up the family, see how much they want to sell it for. So he calls Laura and
$400,000.
And that's the end of the story. And she kind of thought it was a joke and she just kind of threw a number out there to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Like if it ends up selling, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Who cares? So she says $250. Give me $250 for it.
Yeah. Okay. Reasonable.
Yeah. And it's sold. The woman's like, yeah, I'll take it. So she's like, okay, cool. Then they give him another painting to replace it. And it's almost like this kind of cycle starts to happen. Like, oh, I like that painting. How much? $250. All right, I'll take it. Because it's a big piece. Sometimes you just want to put something up on your wall. And
yeah, he's like, God, I just really want to fill this wall space.
Just
wish
keep
these
selling
arts
it.
would stop selling.
I'm just trying to make a coffee here.
Yeah.
So people kept seeing the paintings and then friends of friends would start to, buy and call up the family and be like, hey, I really like this painting, has she got any more? And kind of word starts to trickle out that maybe this 4-year-old is creating these paintings and, it's just a little kind of empire starts to bubble up.
Put it to work.
Put your child to work. So word of mouth spreads and it catches the attention of Anthony Brunelli, who is a fine arts gallerist who had a little spot in the town with his little, gallery. And he's like, oh, okay, this 4-year-old's apparently painting these paintings, which are quite good. And so he's like, I'm a bit skeptical. Let me call up the family and see what's going on. Because he actually knew Mark, because he finds out he knew Mark through school. So they had that connection, right?
Yeah, okay.
So he calls up Mark and he's like, hey, I hear your daughter's making some fun paintings. And he's like,
so I'm getting small town vibes.
Oh, yeah. It's a bit more of a small, it's not like New York City.
Yeah.
It's like a suburban.
State of New York.
Yeah. Suburban town. He goes over there and he watches, they give him like some home movies to watch of her painting. And he kind of sees all the works that she's done so far in a short time span and goes, oh, okay, I actually do believe this. So I'm going to purchase one. He buys one and he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, you know what? If she wants to do a little bit of a gallery show, I'm sure people would be interested. So it's still kind of like small town vibes, but it's starting to get a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
The train is leaving the station.
Yeah.
So they put on, this is now 2004. So she's been working as an artist for 2 years. She's 4 years old. So he
got a cigarette out the front of the gallery.
She's like, I really just got to get this done.
I need inspiration.
There's just jazz and like beat poetry happening in the background. The small gallery puts on the show and Brunelli reaches out to a local columnist, Elizabeth Cohen. And from there, it's noticed by the New York Times. And then the story kind of explodes because people are like, this 4-year-old is creating this artwork. This is a pretty, it's a feel-good kind of story.
Yeah.
So in this art, because there's so much media attention swirling around this kind of gallery opening, she ends up selling 10 paintings. But it's not the original price of $250. These paintings are selling for $10,000 plus.
Oh my God.
So in 2 years, she's made quite a bit of money. According to sources, by the age of 4, and so she has a few gallery openings and they sell online, blah, blah, blah. She ends up making about $400,000 off her art because one of the pieces.
Is college done for you?
I know.
Yeah.
So one of the pieces that she sells is like $50,000. So there's a big chunk of change right at the thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. We just come back and we're like, well, that's not for sale.
My 18-month-old niece actually made this.
The story is exploding and the question kind of starts to raise, like, if a 4-year-old can make $500,000 off this art, is it really art? Because we kind of, I guess we want to always think that art holds meaning and thought and there's composition.
Yeah, I agree.
And if a 4-year-old's doing it, it's kind of like,
this one's called Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, it's a good piece of art, but are we putting it in the realm of the art world? I don't know. Should we? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, good art's good art.
Yep.
But you'd like to know, before I spend my money, I'd like to know the story behind it, what it means, what the artist meant by that piece.
Yeah. Especially.
And I don't think I could sit down with a 4-year-old and get a straight answer on that. Because she'd just want cut up apples.
With a little bit of peanut butter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where we start to question what art is, and like that's a bigger question because you like some things, you're not going to like others. Some people might see your art and go, I love that, and some people might see it and go, I hate that. It's all just a matter of perspective. But I think the age thing is the real.
But then you've also got those elephants that make paintings. You know, the ones that hold the paintbrush in their trunk? They sell for a good chunk, I think.
Maybe we should buy some.
An elephant.
An actual elephant.
Put them out the back and make them paint.
You just
chains.
I get done by Peter. Animal cruelty.
We've just got children in the shed making art, and then elephants in the backyard.
We're like, nothing to see here. No child labor laws are being broken.
We've spent so much money getting the elephants that we'll never make it back with the art.
It's a beautiful.
What have we done, Steph?
We've gone too far.
Now we're stuck with all these elephants.
Oh dear. So I think one way to also position this is Marla. She had a younger brother, and it kind of puts you in the mindset of what these kind of kids are thinking at this time. Because I think in this story, especially, we get wrapped up in the whole media circus of it, but the kids at the center of it are kind of just being kids. So Marla's younger brother, after she'd made all this money, kind of just said, oh, we can buy lots of candy with that. Like he has no concept of how much money is being made.
Unless it's street slang for Coke.
They're just coked up little artist babies.
Going to the Gotham Awards.
Just out of their mind. Yeah. The sensation caught the eye of many, including Letterman, Ellen, Oprah. It's at that time in like the early 2000s where those talk shows are, you know, big, and they're inviting on, you know, like kids and, you know, there's not, I guess there's.
Ellen was crazy for that. She loved having people on who went kind of viral.
Yes. And I think the thing is like, there's probably not as many, but there are parameters I think we're starting to put in place to protect kids. Whereas like,
yeah, I'd hope so.
Whereas like, even in the early thousands, it was kind of just like, shove them on the TV as much as possible.
Honey Boo Boo.
Exactly. Honey Boo Boo.
Who's now going to college. Good for her.
Good for her. With all her money, hopefully.
Yeah.
Does she have money?
Her mum took a lot of it and spent it on drugs. Her mum got an addiction. But now Alana who's Honey Boo Boo, has a lot of her money from one of the other shows that they did when she was a bit older. And they asked her what she did with it, and she said, I put it all to college. College is expensive. And she's like well-spoken.
What a well-adjusted kid.
She really is. She really is.
Yeah.
I know a lot about Honey Boo Boo.
Did a deep dive on Honey.
I kind of did.
You know what? Bring it to the pod.
Yeah.
Bring a Honey Boo Boo to the pod, please. Yeah. I'd like to learn more.
She was what? She was a dancer? No, she was a beauty pageant babies. That's so
yeah, okay.
Okay.
That's one you can do.
Dibs.
Yeah.
Dibs. I dibs it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Please. Mother boy.
Yeah.
So
why I want to marry my mother on the cover of the magazine. Arrested Development.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it by now,
Mm-hmm.
come on, we talk about it every episode. So I guess what happens now is that we kind of start to see maybe the family dynamics start to shift a little bit as well, because all of a sudden the child becomes the breadwinner and is the sole kind of focus of the family.
Yep.
And the child is now working for the family, which, you know, in many child stars, it changes everything up so quickly.
Sure does.
The parents, Laura especially, maintains that Marla's well-being is at the front of mind for her. You know, everything. She was like, it's okay if this stopped tomorrow. I'm fine if this is all gone.
Yeah.
You know, Marla was kind of more interested in playing with her brother and her friends and make believe than maybe painting all the time. So it's not like they're forcing her to just like stay in a room and be like, paint for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
They're inviting her on all these kind of chat shows and stuff, but this 4-year-old doesn't want to talk to a 40-year-old.
No.
Right? Like she wants to just hang out with her friends and chat about nonsense.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to engage with these adults.
Yeah, no, she wants to play fairies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can kind of see as well when watching, there's like not many clips around, but there was a couple that when you watch it, she's just a shy 4-year-old. There's she's not like, you know, she's not extroverted or anything. She's holding on to her dad, just kind of like snuggling in like a child.
She's not going out and partying with Paris Hilton.
No, not yet anyway. Or maybe she is now. Who knows? So Mark, on the other hand, he kind of seems a bit different, maybe on a different side of things. He was quite optimistic about it all. He kind of showed off that he liked the limelight a little bit and the family being thrust into it. And maybe his open enjoyment of the success suggested he was living out his artist fantasy through his daughter.
Exactly what I was about to say.
So that's kind of when the skepticism starts to shift in for the public.
Yep.
Because it seems like dad's kind of maybe running the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? The thing that kind of starts to happen is that the price tag seems to become the story as well, not just the art itself. And because all of this like frenzy and fame happens really quickly, there is a documentary maker who kind of sees it and he goes to the family and he says, well, can I come and film everything that's happening in this time of your life for free? Like I'll do it free.
And her process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, let me come and like film everything and what you guys are going through. He kind of phrases it like, well, you know, you can bring your story, your side of the story to the public and show it in a longer format. It's not these clips that, you know, people can speculate. They'll have everything there for them to see that this child is special.
Yeah.
Laura is it kind of shows them at the start of this doco kind of presented pretty normal, like a suburban family and how they navigated making decisions around Marla and her future.
Yeah.
Laura is frequently shown expressing concern around the media frenzy and trying to shield her daughter. And the woman who wrote about the columnist at the start, Elizabeth Cohen, kind of warned the family, like, just be ready for the negative. Like, there's going to be positive, but the negative will come.
Yeah.
And I think they were kind of ready for it, but not in the way that it came about. They kind of thought it would be about the money and where the money's going and what's happening there and where they're kind of spending it. But really, they didn't predict the question that would be at the center of this kind of storm, which is who's creating the art rather than
because it's more interesting.
Yeah.
We don't really care about like what people are buying with their money.
Yeah.
It's more so like that's more of a juicy story because you want to know.
Yeah, and it's like that whole like con man, con woman thing. It's more interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they didn't predict that. So.
I don't care how rich people are spending their money. But if a juicy like story like this happens, then that's the stuff I want to know. As
this kind of fame continued and the money starts coming in, they create this trust fund for her education in the future. However, you know, people started to note that maybe some things in their lifestyle started to change, like very little things though. It's nothing crazy. Like they'd take a limo to a gallery opening.
Yeah.
They might have got a nicer TV. Like they didn't buy a bigger house. They didn't buy a mansion. Like it wasn't crazy
They
stuff
just
like
got
that.
some things.
They just got some things and you know what? It's nothing really too hectic.
Mm-hmm.
So the real turning point is this kind of interview they do on this show called Jane, where
Just Jane,
where she starts to ask Mark directly if he helps Marla paint.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of really adamantly denies it, which makes the public go,
he doth protest too much.
Exactly. So then in 2005, mind you, this is all happening in the space of a year. So if you're catapulted to this kind of fame and this is all happening in a year, you're like, like, it would be overwhelming.
Little thing's going to be at the Met Gala or something soon.
Oh my God, amazing. Could you imagine just a tiny child? She's like, yeah. Oh, so in February 2005, 60 Minutes kind of drops in. And
the American one, I'm
the
assuming.
American one. We wish it was the Australian
Not Liz
one.
Hayes.
Oh, I wish it was Liz. That would have been good. She would have asked the hard-hitting questions.
She really would have.
So they raised direct questions about the validity. There we go.
Validity, another hard one.
Yep. Cooper Petey of this art. And they bring in an expert, Dr. Ellen Winner. So she is a child psychologist who focuses on prodigies and specifically those in like the creative field. So music and art, right? So they bring her in to kind of look at the paintings first off. So 60 Minutes goes in and they put in like a hidden camera. I believe the family knew about it, but the children didn't, right? So they put in a hidden camera to show her process.
Yep.
Now, they originally show Dr. Ellen like the footage that the family has filmed, not what 60 Minutes has filmed. Does that make sense? So when she first sees the work, she goes, this artwork is that of what, if a 4-year-old is creating this work, they would be classed probably in that prodigy realm.
Yep.
And I think the thing to remember is like with child prodigies especially, there is certain things that people look for. So it's child prodigies, they become obsessed with whatever they're focused on. So whether it be math or music or anything like that, it's almost like this trance-like state they go into. Yeah. And it's like the child disappears and something takes over.
They hyperfixate on like a certain thing that they're into.
And I guess with like maths or music, it's easier to prove because you have to watch the child doing it then and there. Whereas where it's art,
you can get stage fright.
Exactly. Yeah. There's probably a little bit more leeway. Then they show her the 60 Minutes kind of footage of this hidden camera. And she was kind of concerned that she saw no evidence of a prodigy. She was like, well, this is kind of just a child who's happy to paint and, you know, maybe dad's there being a bit of a coach. She did mention she's got a bit of a coach. But she said that the piece she saw from beginning to end being created by Marla was not as polished as what she had seen exhibited. So there's a bit of a kind of disconnect there.
Right.
So
I mean, she's not going to knock it out of the park every time.
Yeah, like cut us some slack. She's 4. So based on this, Dr. Winner kind of speculated that she had not seen Marla like create this work in real life, but someone maybe finished it for her. Like maybe there was just someone putting some flourishes on at the end, or maybe she just paints differently when she is being filmed. I don't know.
You would. But, if she doesn't know that she's being filmed.
Yeah, there's questions around it. This is a quote from Dr. Winner. My mind was not changed by watching the 4.5 hours of home videotape. I saw her making very ordinary kinds of marks, no different from what a typical 3 or 4-year-old would make. She didn't seem to have any overall plan, and she didn't seem very focused. Still, during the month or so that the hidden camera was in their home, they kind of claim Marla was kind of able to finish maybe 4 paintings off camera. So it's kind of that question of why is it always happening off camera?
Off camera.
Why is it not happening on camera? Yeah, they might bring into speculation.
Watch the documentary, I think. Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I feel like it's not Just watch clips.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll watch the highlight reel.
Watch the highlight reel. So in the doco, you actually watch like the parents watch this 60 minutes interview in real time, and you get to see their reaction to it and the consequences that happen immediately after this kind of story goes out. So it's kind of like the painting sales drive up really quickly. You know, people call the gallery and say, you know, is this true? Like, have I just spent all this money on this work that isn't real?
Yeah.
And because it's not only the family's kind of word, it's the gallerist who backed her as well to begin with. So it's kind of like his reputation and the gallery's reputation is also on the line. And so they go, well, we need to provide proof, and the family provides footage of her painting. And, you know, it's
fully CGI. It's the
AI?
dancing baby from Ally McBeal.
Yeah.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka.
It's like just a weird AI baby. It's got
I can't stop this feeling. How big was the Ooga Chaka baby?
I know that
was
really,
like the first ever kind of viral meme, I guess.
And I feel like people would email it to each other. Like I feel like everyone was emailing this baby to each other and having a little laugh.
Dancing baby.
Started so innocently.
Can we put the dancing baby here?
Just for the whole rest of the the episode.
So the family provided their own videos.
Yep. And so that kind of settles the gallery and like the collector's nerves a little bit, I'd say. But it's the footage that they provide, it's not quite as compelling, or the artwork doesn't line up with maybe what she's created in the past.
Yeah. So, and the stuff that's being shown.
Yeah. So all of the stuff that's been shown previous, that she creates this new piece of art called Ocean, and someone even says like, it doesn't really look like the same person's created it. So maybe it's just an off day, but some questions still arise.
Yep.
Then it kind of, this is where the doubt starts to creep in with the, like, into the documentarian's mind. And they're kind of like, he's like, he wants to start to film her creating like start to finish a piece. Because he's like, I don't know if this feels genuine yet. Because all of the footage that's kind of been provided has been from the parents, not from him, except for that 60 Minutes one where the person was like, this doesn't seem like a Prodigy at all. He films her painting in like this really kind of relaxed atmosphere outside, and she starts painting this thing, and she paints like a sun in the corner and like half a word. And he's kind of like
very kid stuff.
Yeah. He's like
on the kitchen,
cute.
on the fridge door stuff. Yeah.
And he's like, this is cute, but it's not what I've been kind of seeing.
Yeah.
So then he also then films another scene where they're in the kitchen and Marla is painting again, but Mark is nearby this time, which is in contrast to what he was filming outside in the garden where she was by herself. This is Mark, and he's like, what's interesting about this clip is that Marla is kind of babbling things like, help me do, or tell me when to be done.
Okay.
So she's saying all these things that she might say if she was creating a painting, you know, like help
with
me.
him. Yeah.
Then Mark tries to defend her, saying, you know, she only acts like this when cameras are around. And the way he, again, defends her, the lady doth protest too much. It's that thing again of like, stop over-explaining.
Starting to feel sorry for this little girl.
I know.
Just let her go out and play.
Just let her have Barbies. Get the Barbies out of the box and play. The parents continued to deny that Mark helped, and Laura claims that she would never let him do that. So that's where the story kind of stops. Like it doesn't really, because after this moment of like him in the kitchen and that kind of stuff, and the 60 Minutes interview, they kind of go, all right, that's it. No more documentaries, no more, like, we don't want you filming around her. Like, it's getting a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like, she's a kid.
Yeah.
Back off, everyone.
Good.
Yeah. between like 2007 and 2008,
Mm-hmm.
so she's about 8 years old at this point. There's still work online and it's still slowly selling, but it's not as quickly selling out as it was before.
Yeah, right.
So the story kind of dries up and it doesn't really go anywhere. And then later in 2015, when she's 15 years old, like an interview goes and starts to ask her questions of her time as a 4-year-old, because it's like now she's got that kind of cognitive dissonance to be like, all right, I can talk about this stuff now. And honestly, she's like, I don't really remember any of that time.
Who does?
I was 4.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any memory of this. So she says she still paints casually, but it's not her sole focus. She's just, kind of being a normal teenager, playing soccer in band, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, smoking behind the gym shed.
Yeah, pretty much making out with boys, like very much just life as it is. And within this interview, they ask, Mark questions, and he kind of admits to getting caught up in the media excitement and maybe putting pressure on his daughter a little bit to perform and that kind of thing. He's like, I probably lent in, to the whole media thing and put my family out there more when we probably should have taken a step back.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes he said is, as you may have gathered, I have learned some things along the way that were hard. So he kind of leaves it out to interpretation. He doesn't say like, oh yeah, I made her do this or I made her do that. He just kind of says, I learned some lessons.
I don't know if he made. I'm kind of leaning more towards that. I don't know if he made her do anything, but he was definitely inputting stuff into those artworks or adding little touches that would make it look more artistic. Like he had that background of and he'd have a bit of an art knowledge.
Yeah.
So maybe he added little touches to it
here and there.
Yeah.
Laura kind of went back to just being like, I'm just focusing on raising 2 kids. Yeah. That's all I really want to do. Life went back to being pretty ordinary pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And she is quoted as saying, I never thought of Marla as a prodigy. I just thought of her as a talented child among many talented children who had a strong work ethic. So she said, they just say, we're proud of what she's doing now. She's developing her own voice, and they'll, continue to help her foster to grow into a good human being type situation.
Yeah.
So
they've got some money to get her into college.
Now. So when we look at it like a Prodigy as well, like when we go back and look at what she's doing now, she's kind of, just doing kid stuff. A Prodigy would probably still be very in that lane.
But advancing so far really early.
Yeah. So usually, and you'd see that as even into teenhood of they're still obsessed with that thing.
Yeah.
She would probably still show like a real obsession with art. But because she's not, maybe it's less.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where, the story ends. Marla would be about 25 now, probably living her best everyday life. Hopefully has that money in a trust somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think the thing to remember is that Marla and, the kids involved in this story, they were just being kids. And, the question is maybe that did the family use her as a meal ticket, or did they just get caught up in this narrative that the media portrayed and it was too late to be like, actually, no, wait, I helped with the paintings.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, no.
I think it's a little from column A, column B.
Yeah, it's like, where does the responsibility lie? Does it lie with the parents? Does it lie with the media?
Yeah.
Where does this, because when you sell it at the coffee shop for $250, kind of doesn't matter if dad helped a little bit at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they didn't need to give it to this coffee shop unless she either did do the whole thing herself and they were like, oh, this is so good of her, let's show it off at a place in public where everyone can see it. Or the dad was kind of like, I think this might be my ticket into seeing my art out in places via her.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, or did they give it to this family friend and put it in the coffee shop and it sold and they just thought, oh, $250. And then suddenly the media's involved and then they've gone, she's a prodigy. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. And now we have to keep this up, even though that first one might have just been like a random fluke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this question of, is this a prodigy? Probably not. Was this a talented child? Probably yes. Where does you know, as long as
talent in there, but yeah.
I think that maybe Dad helped. Allegedly. Dad might have helped a little bit more than we first
Well, from
thought.
what I saw, I really liked those pieces.
Yeah.
But interesting how I said, the first one's got kind of elements of Basquiat in it. Dad might have been a huge Basquiat fan.
Yeah. It's kind of...
But the first one has writing in it too. So it's like she didn't write that at 4.
Yeah, surely
not. A perfect
not.
E, a perfect Y.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Surely not.
I don't know. What do 4-year-olds do?
I don't think 4-year-olds can write.
I don't know.
Can they? What? Not like that.
Not like that. Not
and an eye, drawn the eye with the coloured circle and then the pupil directly in the centre. I don't know. I don't know about any of this.
I don't know about it.
But I do like the art pieces. I think I would like them just to like them, and I would like them in my house anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily, but the gimmick of it being from a 4-year-old is what put it in the fame factory, I guess.
Great dinner party story if you've got one of her pieces. Ooh, I think that's worth a lifetime.
Yeah, you could dine on that for years. But yeah, that's
great talking point, like to your guests.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you think? Was this done by a 4-year-old? Was this done by an adult?
Yeah.
Or was it both?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel too bad about having one.
Yeah, I think you could.
I've got a little piece of
Marla's
juicy history here.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a good conversation starter. And it's, who did it?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Little Marla.
Little Marla. That's this week's episode.
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
Questions. What is art? Who is art?
Who is art? Where is art?
Beat poetry. How now, brown bureaucrat?
Fantastic.
As always.
That was such a good idea for a topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prodigies.
There's a lot of things like this out there.
I know.
I reckon we could talk about some others.
Yeah. I think you've got a few things to go on.
Lots of painting babies.
Lots of painting babies and child pageants. As always, review us, comment, like, get the word out. You want to see more of this? Bet you do. Have a great week.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your week. It's probably a Wednesday, so you're halfway there, baby. Keep it pushing.
Until the next one, goodbye.
Get a paintbrush in your baby's hands right now.
Make some money.